Welcome back to the Sesh Grand Prix podcast. I am your host, Ravehart, here as always. My best friend, my co-host, my partner in crime, Taylor Surreal. And holy shit, what a race. The Hungarian Grand Prix. I was not expecting much, but boy did this one deliver. Let's run down the positions before we get into the meat of the episode. And these are the provisional finishing positions. We were recording this prior to anything happening with Aston's appeal. So, as of right now, P1, Esteban Ocon, Allez les Bleus. Yeah. No idea how that was. Okay, it was... We know how it happened. It was Fernando Alonso going full Jedi Master on Lewis Hamilton and just not letting him by. Just okay.
Pretty fantastic.
We'll keep going. We have Vettel P2 for now. Hamilton P3. The LHT 1000 overcomes all. Carlos Sainz P4 and Fernando Alonso P5. And yeah, let's drop into the Predictors Championship stuff. Not really a whole lot there. We both only got Lewis Hamilton on pole, so the margin stays the same, but the points change. It's Ravehart Racing in the lead with 71 points, and Surreal Grand Prix bringing up the rear with 22 points. Now, let's get into this week's storylines because this is where the fun stuff is. Yeah. So, first one, chaos in the wet. Cue the Little Mermaid, everything's better down where it's wetter. Yeah. But dude, just it wasn't even like a wet race. It was one wet corner. Mm-hmm. And that was all we needed. All we needed was one wet corner. And
straight chaos.
Yeah, just cue the Valtteri bowling memes. Those are great.
He came in like a wrecking ball. I prayed for the wet. They said 40% chance rain. We had a happy medium. It was not a wet race, but like you said, it was a wet corner. Everybody was running the wets. Beautiful.
Yeah, and then just everyone diving into the pits on the second formation, after the second formation lap, and Lewis being the only one out there.
That was hilarious.
Just why? I know they're trying to defend that. They're trying to defend that decision, but it's look, just don't undervalue the LHT 1000's contribution to this race. He put on a hell of a drive to get that from last place to third.
That was ridiculous.
But it's by your justifying that, it's oh no, it was all part of the plan. It's no, it fucking wasn't.
No.
You made a mistake.
Why didn't he pit when everybody else did? He probably would have won the race.
Yeah. Or at least... Yeah, he probably would have won, because he would have come out of the pit in the lead.
Yeah, in that formation lap, whatever they do, he would have been... And, well, he wouldn't have had to... He stayed there, right? He started, and everybody else came out the pits. But then the next lap around, he pitted.
Yeah.
And was dropped all the last place. I was from the predictor's viewpoint, I was no!
With that said, if it's like, okay, so I have to be honest and say that I want Aston's appeal to be, I want Seb's win or Seb's P2 to be reinstated. I don't want him to lose that P2. But if it does get, like, if their appeal does get denied, we have already decided that I'm getting those points back because I did pick Lewis Hamilton to finish P2. But the other reason why I don't want Aston's appeal to get denied is because we got to talk about our boy. The most American man in F1 with the least American sounding name, Otmar Safenauer, the man from Detroit. Like, I want to see him do well. Like, as an Ohioan, it's like I am willing to overlook the fact that he comes from that state up north to say, like, yo, I want him to be successful. So yeah, this is an Otmar Safenauer fan channel now. Hey Red Bull. Hey Red Bull. Yep.
We're
Send
here.
us that Max Verstappen merch.
Yeah, you already know. I want the orange one.
But speaking of Mad Max, he looked like he was driving a car out of Mad Max this race. There was a bunch of shit missing. Like, I'm legitimately impressed by the fact that, one, he was able to score points. Two, that he was able to put down a 20.9 or whatever in that car, because that's just, what was it, like 6 or 7 parts off the side that got hit were just missing.
Completely gone.
Dude, like,
I'm amazed that he stayed in the race. I'm amazed he stayed in the race. I thought for sure he was going to be out, but he finished.
Yeah, dude, that was a hell of a drive from Max too. Just, didn't have the arrow to climb up the field like Lewis did.
Yeah.
But
I wonder how much wear was put on the engine or the power unit driving it like that.
I have absolutely no idea. That's a very interesting question. We should reach out to Driver 63, see if he can tell us that.
Yeah, because we were talking earlier before we were on the screen about how Red Bull could be getting into a problematic territory with the power unit situation and how they might burn out the other one. I wonder, excuse me, if allowing Verstappen to finish this race in the condition the car was, it was basically like a brick wall driving around, or a sail, Doug said earlier, 0 aero. So I wonder how much wear and tear was put on the power unit. We'll get back to you on that one.
Yeah, but so we got Lewis Hamilton retaking the lead in the Drivers' Championship, and Mercedes taking it back in the Constructors. I don't know how I feel about this. I guess wait for our next Conspiracy Files video. Shit's about to get wild with that story. For those of you that don't know, that is our our new series where we instead of using facts, figures, and basically any rational information to back up our conspiracy theories, we do it like a Hollywood screenplay. So, Lewis Hamilton is an LHT 1000. And yeah, we already talked about Aston's appeal, but like, do you think they have a chance?
I do think they have a chance, especially once I found out about the pump issue. If that malfunctioned, but was in place during the race, et cetera, and they did have the 1.7 in there, liters or whatever left, I think it shouldn't be a problem for them. Or I don't think the FIA should do it. They did all the right things. They shouldn't be penalized because they had some kind of mechanical error at the time of testing. Because this isn't, it's the FIA. It's not like it's. There's got to be some bending and some wiggle room with some of these rules restrictions.
I think Autosport put out a video on it where they were talking about there is something in the rules that basically says you can swap out parts like for like if like to pass scrutineering in certain instances. So that may be something that comes up.
That's what it looks like.
We'll see. We got your back, Otmar. We got back you for the rest of the season at the very least, or at least while you still have a job in F1. But on to the people that we are biggest fans of on this channel, and that would be the Red Bull. And our big question for this week is Red Bull's saltiness responsible for their current misfortune? And right now, I think the answer is yes. If I'm not going to apply my Cleveland Brown fan, logic to this, which is, they build up your hope. They build it up all the way to the point where you feel like you can believe in them. And then they crush that hope in the most painful and agonizing way possible. But here's my whole thing. I don't think that's the case here. I think right now they're just way too focused on what Mercedes is doing. And they're letting it get to them, basically. They're cracking under the pressure. And I have a feeling the summer break is going to be where at least a decent point for them to put the pieces back together and be like, all right, Helmet, use that robot eye of yours to scope out their weaknesses and then get the AlphaTauri guys to, hold them up for us. I think that whole team is going to come together during the summer break and mount a fresh challenge to the now leaders in Mercedes.
I'm going to go the opposite. I'm going to say no, but only from the rational standpoint. If we're looking at it through the conspiracy files lens, I say yes. I do think so. Purely on just emotion and imagination, I think that karma's coming back to get them from being too salty. Now, boom, they're even in a worse position than they were before, and another several impacts. But from the rational lens, I'm saying no, just because it wasn't there was no battle. It was right in the beginning. They were doing their thing, and here comes the wrecking ball, Bottas, out of nowhere. Does their saltiness really? Do I think the saltiness really had a play there? Not so much. But when we jump back to the conspiracy files idea, I think it did because of the LHT1000's information and what he has, what he transfers over to Bottas and through Toto, potentially.
It's at this point, I want them to basically, if you look back at, the great NFL rivalries, it was when the coaches weren't saying shit in the media that you knew things were on, you knew it was on. Because it was all right, we're not going to tell them anything. It's all going to be platitudes and coach speak, and we're going to be cryptic and weird. We're not going to actually divulge any meaningful information because we want to use it against them in the game. That's what I want. But what we're getting is wah, teacher, they're cheating. This is going to be my serve to call out Christian Horner and basically be like, look, you've got the best car on the grid. You've got two really good drivers. Quit the Red Bull political bullshit. Put all you got behind those two dudes, and I swear to God, you will take down Mercedes and win that championship.
Yes.
Continue to play the politics and play the bullshit, and no, undoubtedly, Toto Wolff will end up on top because he knows how to play the rules better than you.
I was just gonna say you're playing to his game.
Yeah.
If you stay stone cold and you don't give away information, you stay focused and you do you, he loses already because he can't do the political crap. He can't flex his political bicep on you. He's a genius when it comes to that. So I say, like what you're saying,
Say
don't
us
play to their
Germans.
strengths. See, I said Germans. This
Yes.
is what they do.
Or it's like, leave it to Helmet. You know, the one-eyed bandit Marco. Leave it to him. You're the team principal. Like, I don't know how, like, you need to make the whole fucking team watch Master and Commander. You know, they have to run like a well-oiled, like, you know, British warship from the fucking 1700s. Like, that's what you gotta be like. Battle of Trafalgar type shit. Like, if you need to go nationalistic to win this back, fucking go for it. You're based in England, who cares? But, like, you gotta get everybody moving in the same direction. It's just like, it feels like the only direction that they're moving in is towards, like, trying to fuck over Mercedes rather than try and win themselves.
Right. That's a good way to put it.
With that, I think we are going to end this here episode. We will be back with full episodes of the Sesh in the run-up to the Belgian Grand Prix, which is, for the love of fuck, August 29th. But in the meantime, we will be doing some... Taylor, you want to tell them about the stream we got coming up?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. So we are going to be doing a stream now where Doug, my boy Braveheart, has purchased a sim racing wheel. And he has the new 2021 F1 game. We are learning how difficult this is, but through
It's fucking hard.
Seeing how hard it is and the hard time he's having, we figured it'd be brilliant content to bring to you guys. Doug will be racing live on Twitch or streaming on Twitch. I will be there as well, running the chat and commentating. And I think it's going to be something worth watching. So,
yes. You guys get to join us in the chat and help Taylor roast the fuck out of me while I try and beat the slowest fast lap of the Grand Prix. Try and take down Nicholas Latifi.
That's the goal.
That's the goal. That's the bar. If I can take out George Russell, because, you know, he's not that far. But that's the goal. It's basically,
we run.
I would attempt to say, like, so we have the Lando and the Nikita Mazepin laps in the 3 minutes. And it's like, look, that's not that hard. I could beat 3 minutes. So I'm not gonna I'm throwing those out. Those are outliers. But I think it's 122.8 39 or whatever. I'm rounding up. I don't give a shit. But yeah, that's what I got to beat. So yeah, come roast me in the comments for my fucking terrible driving. Because it's basically Captain Slow takes on F1.
Oh, it's gonna be good. Make sure to tune in.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to embarrassing myself for your entertainment.
Perfect content.
We've got that. We'll have the first episode of our history series, Puff Puff Past. That will be coming up as well. We're going to be dropping another Conspiracy Files video. We will have a lot for you guys over the summer break. So make sure you tune in. You know, like, comment, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. I've been Raveheart. He has been Taylor Surreal. We'll see you guys next time. Adios.